Now I just picked this car up 5 days ago and I already put about 550 miles on this car. To be honest, driving this car feels really great. I never owned a Z in the past, so that I can compare it to the old car, but I can say this car really does feel like, with just an exhaust, some downpipes and a tune, it will really wake this thing up. So far what I did was I wanted to see what this trim would look like blacked out, because it's come stock with the silver trim, like on this side. And I think the blacked out trim really does make the car look a whole lot more sportier and aggressive. Honestly, this back part, the tail lights and the back of the vehicle, is my favorite angle of the car. So a lot of people have been asking me how much I actually picked this car up for. If you folks have seen TJ Hunt's video, I think he picked his up for around 85,000. The only difference between his car and my car is his car is a manual. For me, I picked this car up for $65,000. I think that's a pretty good deal. I only paid about, I think it was $9,900 in dealer markups. So the whole story about how I got this car was I originally was supposed to get a Nissan GTR. I was looking to get a Nissan GTR about 2 years ago, and I went to Nissan, talked to a salesman. They said they could get it for me. I just needed to put $10,000 down. So that's exactly what I did. But the only thing is I waited about 6 months for the car. And at the end of that 6 months, they basically told me that they wouldn't be able to sell a car to me because the Nissan factory in Japan wasn't producing any more GTRs. So about a year or two after going through that, I get a random call from the sales agent that I was working with at Nissan. And he said, "Hey buddy, you know, we have a Nissan, new 400Z Proto Spec coming out, and we're getting a allocation for one. You know, did you want it?" And he told me, you know, since we couldn't get your GTR, you know, we want to help you out a little bit, and we'll sell you this car for $65,000. You know, only $10,000 above the market price. And since they're only charging such a low dealer markup, I decided to just go with it. You know, maybe I could purchase this car, drive it around for a few hundred miles, then turn around and sell it. But honestly, after buying this car, I really like it. I think it has a lot of potential. And I think I'm just gonna do some small bolt-ons, exhaust and a tune, drive it around for a little bit and sell it. I did put my name down for a manual. This is an automatic. That's the only thing that I would change. But overall, very happy with the car. I do not think that it is worth $65,000 though. I do believe this car is worth in the $40,000 to $50,000 range. I don't know, I just see it kind of hard, you know, it's kind of hard paying $70,000 for pretty much Nissan's 300Z. So, you know, but to each his own. The interior quality is okay. There is some weird things that I don't like the stitching right here. It's so weird how this yellow stitching just ends right over here. It doesn't continue throughout the door, and that's the same way it is on the passenger side. Some cool features I like about this car is when you start it up, You have this cool graphics animation. There we go. And in this main screen right over here, you have a couple menus on the side. You have your upshift indicator, G-force meter, boost gauge, and tire pressure. You also have your RPM, your speed, and the gear that you're in. And we also have engine oil temperature, water temperature, transmission oil temperature, and differential oil temperature. We also have our gas gauge, how much miles we have left in our tank, and the odometer. Now, something really cool that I like about this car is, let's go to this steering wheel and we'll press this button right over here. And it takes us to this menu, and we'll click on change meter view. And this allows us to change the gauges and the format and how they look. So this is normal mode. Really like this mode. And in this mode, you can have, you can set this setting to different settings. So we'll go right over here. We have a compass. We have Apple CarPlay. This is our parking sensors. Settings. That's about it for normal. And we'll go back to this menu, change meter view, and let's go to enhanced. Now that gives you a whole different look. This looks really cool. It doesn't look like the traditional gauges, but my favorite is this sport. There we go. And I keep this menu on the boost gauge. Okay, and I'm gonna roll down the windows. We'll put it in neutral and we'll give it a few revs. Sounds really, really good. I think with some downpipes and catback, I mean, this car would sound insane. I'm just waiting for the cold air intake so I can get a little bit more of turbo noise. But for your 370Z owners out there, when you get into the new Z, you folks are gonna see a lot of similarities between the new 400Z or the new Z and the old cars. Like a lot of these air vents, the door pulls, these gauges, and also like the plastic is I'm pretty sure it's the same material as the old 370Z and the 350Zs. The back also looks very, very familiar. And I just love these seats. Has a lot of bolstering on the sides to keep you in place when you're taking some tight turns. And we have this gigantic gas cap, which is just as big as Captain America's shield. Check that out. Okay, and I'll give you guys a couple revs from the outside.